Our top story check today takes us to Jamaica, where more than 100 homes are being provided by the government to help families in need. Our One Caribbean News' Deandra Hamilton reports.
Some 110 houses have so far been built and delivered to Jamaicans across the country under the government's new social housing program. The most recent recipient of those homes were 6 individuals from the parishes of Clarendon and St. Catherine. In speaking at the handing over ceremony on November 10th in Clarendon, Prime Minister of Jamaica Andrew Holness said the program is being accelerated to meet the needs of vulnerable Jamaicans. Mr. Holness also said, and I quote, "The government is allocating resources in our budget to improve the living conditions of our most vulnerable across the country and creating equity in our housing market so that even the poorest of the poor can benefit." End of quote. A video obtained by our news team shows a recipient expressing gratitude for her new home that she said she'll be sharing with her mother.
My name is Jordy Mason, and this is my mother, Joan Douglas, the recipient of this beautiful home provided by the government of Jamaica. Words can't really explain how grateful and thankful we are for this beautiful house. I mean, compared to where we're coming from, this is like a dream come true, especially for my mother. And then my mother got sick. It wasn't good for her. It wasn't sanitary at all. So we're just very thankful. We're grateful. I'm beyond happy, especially me, because I mean the burden was on me mostly, to have this fixed for her. So a million thank you to the Prime Minister, the government of Jamaica.
The program has been a success and will be mimicked, it seems, in Tobago. Officials from that island nation's housing program are in dialogue with Jamaica now with a view to adopting the program. The NSHP was established in 2018 by Prime Minister Holness and Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation to improve the housing condition of the country's poor and disadvantaged population by providing quality, affordable, and sustainable living.
And that was our Deandra Hamilton reporting there. A beautiful report. Thanks, Deandra. Well, meantime, Guyana's President Irfan Ali has announced salary increases of more than 20% for some members of the police force. This is all in part of overall increases coming for thousands of members of the country's disciplined forces. Police, the Defense Force, and Fire Services all starting January 1st of next year. President Ali said this will be in addition to the 8% pay increase for public servants he announced earlier this month. Hikes in the minimum salaries of members of the disciplined services will range from 5.8% to 21.7%.
These revisions to the salaries of the members of the disciplined services will benefit an estimated 8,000 persons and will increase the disposable income of our men and women in uniform by over $1 billion annually. This represents the latest installment of my government's unwavering commitment to continue to improve the working condition of our employees in the public sector and indeed of all Guyanese. As I said, over the course of this week, we'll continue to make announcements in relation to different categories of workers.
Now, the president told the members of the joint services who will benefit from the hike that they will be held to a high standard.
These salary adjustments comes with great costs to the Treasury. We expect you to honor these adjustments with dignity, with hard work, with accountability, with transparency. And we expect you to perform at all times at the highest level. We expect you to deliver a better service to the people of our country.
Well, meantime, a U.S. Coast Guard helicopter crew rescued a Carnival cruise ship passenger from the Gulf of Mexico after he went overboard from the Carnival Valor. He was found responsive, given medical treatment, and flown to New Orleans, where EMS was waiting for him. The ship departed New Orleans on Wednesday. The Coast Guard got the call Thursday afternoon after the passenger's sister reported him missing at 12 p.m., saying he was last seen late the previous night. The cruise ship helped with search and rescue operations Thursday afternoon, then was cleared to continue its way onto Cozumel. Well, switching gears now, a Trinidad and Tobago songstress has recently released a track with a love and commitment-centered message and mission. On Caribbean News, Damian Sogren has more.
Trinidad and Tobago songstress Candy K is breaking the mold with her latest track, Feel That Love, a track dedicated to renormalizing the concepts of long-lasting love and long-term committed relationships. Candy K, whose real name is Candice Corby, is an eclectic singer-songwriter and instrumentalist who embraces multiple genres of music, as evidenced in her latest single, which is best described as Caribbean pop fusion, which blends elements of pop, soca, reggaeton, and Afrobeat influences. The diligent wife and mother of two shared on her inspiration for creating this song, stating, "The song is about feeling and sharing love with a deep appreciation for your significant other. Relationships rarely last long in this day and age, and it's just a reminder to persons who are fortunate to be in a relationship to hold on to them. Don't take them for granted and cherish them. The world as it is right now needs more love, and it's just encouragement to show that these long-lasting relationships can and do still exist if you're willing to put in the work." Feel That Love was written and recorded by Candy K at her home studio and produced by East Trinidad-based sound engineer, DJ, and multi-genre producer Claude. The song's accompanying music video was directed, edited, and produced by an up-and-coming duo of talented TNT visual creatives, Abigail Corby and Alasdair Bell. It features an attractive tropical ambiance and truly captures the song's warmth and message, as it features Candy's own husband and daughters and the undying love within their family unit.
Even when things may be tough and you're blessed to find someone, you better hold on, hold on. They're just as rare as a diamond, growing stronger as the year pass. Time flying so fast, love as hard as you can, 'cause time waits on no one. I wanna feel that love, always. I just want to be your baby.
The multifaceted and musically gifted Candy K aspires for Feel That Love to gain international airplay and streaming, and even to be incorporated into film or television. However, her overall goal remains the same. That is, for listeners to be able to relate to the song's positive vibe and for it to remind them of the beauty of a mutually satisfying relationship. As she eagerly gears up for further collaborations and to release new music for the upcoming 2023 TNT Carnival season, she remains thankful to her fans and supporters and promises to continue to be true to herself while honoring her vision of impacting lives through music. Feel That Love is available now on all major streaming platforms. Learn more about Candy K and her music by visiting her website, candykmusic.com, or by following her on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube using the handle @CandyKMusic. For One Caribbean Television, this has been Damian Sogren.
All right, thanks so much, Damien. Great report there. Meantime, e-commerce giant Amazon is facing protests and strikes across the globe amid the busy sales of Black Friday. Thousands of warehouse workers say they're upset over pay and conditions, are planning blackouts and demonstrations in roughly 40 countries. That includes strikes at 18 warehouses in Germany and France. Other countries with workers planning to take part include the U.S., India, Japan, Australia, and South Africa. The protest campaign is being called Make Amazon Pay. An Amazon spokesman said the company is not perfect, but that it does, quote, take our role and our impact very seriously. He went on to say competitive wages and great benefits are provided at Amazon. Well, meantime, Ford has announced a recall on over 600,000 SUVs worldwide. The recall applies to 2020 through 2023 year models of the Bronco Sport and the Ford Escape with a 3-cylinder 1.5-liter engine. The car company identified a fire risk from possible cracks in fuel injectors and encourages owners to take their vehicles in for inspection. This is a new recall, one that came in from April for cracks in an oil separator. Any cars that received that recall fix still need to address this one. Well, embracing the single life may be a bummer for romance, but it has some big advantages for for your wallet. That says dating costs are now higher than ever before. The Match Singles in America report out this week says daters are spending about 40% more trying to woo a mate. Now that's compared to a decade ago. That breaks down to about $130 every month. No surprise here, inflation is the main culprit. And the added cost isn't just about swapping dinner and a movie to lunch and a mate. It has changed the criteria for those looking for partners. Sharing similar spending habits, being frugal, and financial stability are all becoming top-tier needs, not just good looks.